Hello everyone, and welcome back to Allthemod 7. In the last episode, we did something that I would argue is phenomenal. We set up, bear with me, over in this direction, a very good system. This right here is a Starlet crusher. He's a big boss, and he is fully automated, as in the spawning of him over here using an entity spawner from mob grinding utilities, to the teleporting of him on top of a stasis chamber, to the destroying of him with a player simulator, so on and so forth. It's pretty good. It's honestly pretty good. So as a result, what we get is, at Blue Skies, we should be getting little bags. We should be. Now, in saying that, I'll be honest, I'm not really seeing the little bags. Oh, well, I guess that's one dead there, so we should actually get a bag from this guy. I guess, to be honest, this might be the first one that's been defeated since the last episode. So we'll wait a little bit, I guess, and we should get a little bag. I'm really banking on this little bag showing up. Because if the little bag doesn't show up, then something in our system is broken. Because in the previous episode, as you can see, we've got 8 of these Natrox, we've got 2 of these level 2s, we've even got a level 3 in there, so we should still be getting the bag, but I cannot see it. And so I am quite concerned, to say the least. Let's hop down here and see what I've done. Oh, is it not entangled maybe? Okay, no, it must be, because this chest is empty. This thing picks up the loot that drops. Okay. So the loot got picked up, and then it got imported, I believe from this guy, and that should just put it straight into the system. Meaning we should have the little loot bag. Honestly, it might be on the screen right now, and I just can't see it, but I don't think so. It's this thing here, the Starlet Crusher bag. So if I search Starlet, we should see it. And we don't. And I'll be honest, a little bit concerning. Yeah, a little bit concerning. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be happening non-stop, that farm, that's going to be running. So we'll leave it, and we'll come back and check on it later, okay? Because it should be working. I'm a little bit concerned that it's not, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so what is next? Well, that is, I think, the main missing ingredient from the Dragon Soul. Now, there's some other stuff we might need, in terms of automating, say, the Soul Gem and maybe Dragon's Breath and stuff like that. But the big part of it should be done. Dragon Soul. We don't have the actual Soul auto-crafted, so we'll go ahead and quickly grab that recipe. That'll obviously help us out a little bit. Oh, how many of these are full? I think a lot of them are full. There we go. I believe, obviously, Natrox is somewhat automated now. Oh, which reminds me, would this one use the 2 hearts? Anyway. So, the final bit is possibly the Soul Gem, possibly the Dragon's Breath, but I think we've got like 160 Dragon's Breath. So it's genuinely just this thing. Now, if I click this, not all the ingredients go in, right? We get most, but not all of it. Because for some reason, it's treating it like a crafting recipe as opposed to what it should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so all the ingredients here are the right ingredients. So I guess in one aspect it is fine. But I want it all to be in processing, but I don't think it's going to do that, is it? It keeps like changing it back to crafting. Okay. Well, we want it to be processing, so bear with me as I slap this together. Okay, so this is, I believe, all of the ingredients, and then obviously the final product is the empty... This guy here, empty Soul Gem. Okay, so beautiful. One recipe complete. Now, obviously Soul Sand, Diamond, all that stuff, that's easy to get. The tricky part, once again, is this guy here, the Book of Binding Genie. Now, this guy, essentially what you do, I can walk you through it. We get this recipe here for the book, so maybe I should auto-craft that at least, get that part done. Grab that book, wonderful. Oh, I keep forgetting which one has room. Oh, this one has room. So you get that book, and then you need to craft it with the Dictionary of Spells, or of Spirits, sorry. And then you get a bound book, right? And that's what we use in the recipe. Now, for our other recipe that we tried to automate, which I believe was the crushers, we set it up in this crafter for automation. We can do this again. The problem is we'll have to sacrifice a different recipe in here, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure what the play is there. I'm thinking we get rid of one of these essences purely because we've already got the essences pretty much automated in here, right? So I think maybe we'll just like replace this guy here. Sure, I reckon we do that. So obviously I'm going to want to do this guy plus the book of this guy. There we go. Oh, can I not drag him in? What about just pasting the recipe? Is that doable? Yeah, there we go. And so we'll click apply. That'll lock it in there. Beautiful. Everything else we keep the same. Now, this guy's already configured like so. Result of crafting operation will go to output buffer, but remaining items will stay in the input. So in this situation, the result is this book of Ginny that's now bound, and the remaining item is the dictionary, which stays in the crafter. So that's what that little setting does. And I think the rest are pretty much the same. So assuming that I create the right recipe, being this one here, then we're good. Now, this will have to be a processing one. So I'm going to have to set this up like this, drag all this stuff in, get the dictionary. And now there's a few reasons. One is obviously because it's going into a crafter, into a machine to do it, rather than just a crafting table. And the follow-up is I feel like I need this to not be exact in terms of this book that goes in. But I'm not sure. The reason I say this is because at the moment it's like, where is it? It's this one maybe. Hold on, what am I trying to say here? So the Book of Binding bound, as you can see in the tooltip, it says can be used to summon the genie, and then it has like a different name. I believe that changes every time you craft it, and it makes the recipe a little bit confusing to work with. So we can try Book of, here we go. So let's order one. Let's see, it should work. There we go, we've got one. And as you can see, now it's called Clickly. And now the problem with that is this recipe will stay in there because obviously we didn't summon the right thing. We've got, we don't have Jar Crescure, we have the other one. Does that make sense? Now, what does that mean for us? I'm not entirely sure. Mainly, the thing I'm not entirely sure about is how I automated this process. Because we don't even have the recipe for making that book. What did I do to make the crushers? Because if I go in here and I look for the crusher, oh, maybe we don't. Do we not have any of those recipes? Have I like completely just confused myself? We had it over here. This setup was making it, but hey, I'm guessing we stopped it from working or something. As you can see though, what a nightmare of a situation this looks like it's going to be. But regardless, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what we did with the old setup. A little bit concerning. I think we can work with it though. I think what I would have to do is I would have to click on this recipe for the bound books and just order a crazy amount. And what's the problem with that? We don't have purified ink. Okay, let's see if we can automate purified ink. Alright, so for purified ink, what you do is you drop ink into this guy here, a spirit fire. It's like a dragon, a demon fruit or something like that, dropped into nothing, and then you set it on fire. So I've just got it on top of like netherrack, set that on fire, this thing burns pretty much indefinitely. Now, obviously we want to drop something in there, so we want to place our little factory dropper right there. Beautiful. This guy will obviously entangle. In terms of how he works, I think we can have it ignore the redstone, and so I believe this will just drop stuff. So if I place this in, it just drops it. Beautiful. So that should be fine. So then, I believe I entangled it. Yep. We can fly back to our base, or back to the crafting, and we can make another entangled block, and just hook this up, and I think it just works. I'm pretty sure this is a simple thing to set up, hopefully indeed. So we'll place that guy there. Beautiful. The recipe is obviously going to be this. Sure. Wonderful. It looks like it's black dye as well. It's not ink sacs. It's black dye. So I should now be able to search purified. And let's see. We've got 49. Can I order a stack? Oh, you know what? It's going to make it, but it's not actually going to come back to the system. I do realize that's a slight issue that we didn't think about. So I should get a bunch of the stuff over here. And we've got some of it to begin with. But what I need is two things. We need a demagnetizer. This thing is going to stop me from picking the stuff up, as you can see. We can also put that stuff back in there. Then we're going to need an item collector. We'll also need to stop whatever this horrible sound is. I don't know what it is though. That's the problem. It's from occultism maybe? No, I guess not. Oh, it actually was. It was the start ritual sound. So I've just muted that. That makes my time a little bit better. We'll grab a chest. Do I want to do a chest? How do we want to do this? Because, I think we can sort of do something a little bit silly. I think if I place an item collector here, he'll pick it back up. Now, obviously, he's going to drop the same thing and pick it up again. But that should be fine. We're going to specify that this is going to pick up purified ink. So I guess we'll grab that out. Purified ink, and you're going to be a whitelist. So only pick up purified ink. Perfect. The next thing we're going to do is set up an importer to only import purified ink back into the system, and that should work perfectly. So we'll go importer, grab this guy. Yeah, we definitely built these too close. These are meant to be another level up, but it's fine for now. But if we want to place something here that needs an importer, it's going to be very messy. But yeah, we're going to specify purified ink, and then the trick is as well to make sure it's set to whitelist. And so now this system should work. I should be able to order another stack, and we should see, yep, one by one, they're showing up. Beautiful. Fully automated. Wonderful. Okay, so that is most of this book crafted. We still obviously have the issue of the specific name coming back into the system. And I don't necessarily know if that's fixable. What I was thinking we do is it won't be fully automated, but it will be to the point where it doesn't really matter. If we go book of, and we just order like a stack of them, right? Then we won't have to worry. Now, obviously it's saying we need Dictionary of Spirits, which actually does remind me what I want to do here. Take this book out. I want to alter this recipe to not include the book, because obviously the book's already going to be in the crafter, so we don't need to put it in there. So now when we replace this guy, and we order this this Book of Ginny, we should, yeah, it says it can be craftable. We're crafting 10 or 64 of these. I click start. Look at that. 64. They're all actually the exact same name, believe it or not. So we might actually be able to do this. How strange. Yeah, hold on. Let's actually go ahead and edit this recipe. Listen, I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try at least this once. I'll switch you out to be one of you. And maybe it'll actually say that we've gotten the ingredient back. And this could solve all of our problems. So, in here, I'm going to cancel everything. If I now order, say, 3 of these books, this number goes up by 3, and the recipe's not in here. So it keeps that exact same name for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but it's doing it, and I'm happy, okay? So, because that solves our problem. So, what next? Well, we need to start this ritual, and we need to automate it, and it's going to be rough to say the least. So, what do we need to do? Well, I'm trying to think. What is the best course of action here? Well, first of all, where's the ritual done, right? That's probably the first step. The ritual is done with Stygia's higher binding. Now, some of these do have little names on them. Stygia, this is the one we want. So by the looks of things as well, we're going to need, is it 9 ingredients to make this guy? Yeah, because it's 4 there, then 1 in the middle. So we've got 4, 1 in the middle. This guy's pretty much good to go. Pretty much, I say. So, how are we going to do this? I think, in my head, once again, this is really easy. This is incredibly easy. What we're going to do is we'll entangle all of the blocks. I'll line them up so that these sacrificial bowls get filled up first. Finally, with the golden one in the middle, which will be the last one. And then bada bing, bada boom, ritual starts. Wait for the ingredient to come back. Pulse in a new set of items. Sounds perfectly easy. I doubt it will be that easy, but on the off chance that it is, we do need to give it a try. So we'll grab 9 of these blocks. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want us to go into the other ritual. Alternatively, what we can get away with is doing something like this. So 4 there, and then have just the other one, you know, be over here, right? And so then what we'll do is there'll be a chest. Oh, there'll be a chest that the items get imported into, which will be this one. Then, and once again, I'm not sure the best course of action here. I want to round robin them, but I only want to round robin them one at a time. So I'm thinking we can probably get away with integrated dynamics. That's my little guess here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm going to slap these onto all of these. Pretty straightforward, pretty straightforward. Now listen, there's a billion different ways to do this. Some of them will work, some of them won't. I'll let you know if this way works. I'm pretty confident. I'm feeling good about this. All right, so next up, we're going to entangle each of these. So 1, 2, so on. Ooh, there is actually something else I've realized. It's possible that I can't even do it this way. How can I test this? Oh, it does connect, so it might work. Well, hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm not too sure. They're all entangled. Finally, the golden one will be over there. So my idea is that we get an exporter, or possibly I think an importer, to be honest, is what we need. And we're going to import the items. We're going to do a round robin setup, and then hopefully have things go in the perfect order. That's the idea. As to whether that will work, it might not. We might have to replace all of these with exporters and hook them up with filters in them. We'll see what happens. But for now, I think we're good. So this will import all items. Obviously, the arrow is pointing up, saying it's going into the network, if you're ever not too sure. We want it to be round robin. Transfer rate, we just want it to do one item at a time, just to be sure, especially with like the soul sand. I want to make sure that's honestly the main thing that I'm wanting to make sure it splits, is the soul sand, or else we're going to have a bit of a problem. So, I'll tell you what, let's grab out all the ingredients and see if we're good to go. So, we'll grab out all this, grab out this, grab out that, grab out this, grab out that. Listen, there is a slight chance that this just works, okay? It's genuinely possible that this just perfectly works. It might not, but it also might. Now, I will have to alter the recipe to put the book in last. I was hoping I could change the order, but I probably can't. So, we're gonna, I'll try to line all these up, and I'm just gonna go, boom. Okay, everything's in there, as it should be, but I don't believe the ritual started. It's simply just placed the block there, but it hasn't started the ritual. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. I believe what we would want instead is for a player simulator to click on that last block. So we've got like the player simulator there. We want to do the same thing here. So how do we do that easily? And do I use these, or do I just run the cable over? I think we might just run the cable over. We'll see how this goes. So I'll pick this book up if I can. You know what? I cannot. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just break this. So we'll have a player simulator on top. We'll obviously run this cable up. That means that this stuff doesn't actually need to connect. Do we have a wrench on us? Nope. Of course we don't. What I definitely need is one of those tool belt things to use. In fact, I think we have one, but I'm too lazy to figure out whether we do. So I just keep doing it manually. All right. Hook this guy up. Perfect. We will obviously need a variable card. This is where it could get tricky. We obviously want the logic programmer as well. Let's go ahead and take that off our hotbar. Item. Book of Ginny. Item there. Awesome. We're going to say, hey, I want you to click with this item. I would like it to be a right click with your right hand. Sounds good to me. I'm happy. Check MBT? No. Just right click a book. We're only going to have one type of book in the system. So just use that. Now, the way this works is a little bit tricky because I believe, also have to put an item interface on this guy in order for him to reach it. But once again, I think we can work around this. I think if I grab this item interface and we hook him up, in order to stop the items from being imported back into the chest, I think we can open him and change his interface channel to be 1. And we can click save. So now he's on interface channel 1, and I think we can manipulate this guy to do the same thing. Okay, he doesn't have an interface channel on this page, but I think within this category, yeah, we can set it to 1. So open that up, double check that it stayed, yep, 1. So I think that should work. Now, obviously, the problem we have is it might try to move the book. I'm not sure if we can blacklist the book easily in here, probably by doing import item and just having the book and setting it to be a blacklist. And then I think it'll do everything but that book. That might work. We'll see how it goes at the moment, though. This might just be good enough. So, for starters, let's go ahead and place this book back in here. Does it start the ritual? Survey says, not yet. Oh, Okay, the book is on. I feel as though the ritual has not yet started. Now, we have all of the candles. Everything looks to be fine. Normally what happens is there's a bunch of particles. Our particles are all on. Oh, no, it started. See, it's eating things. Oh, perfect. I'll be honest, guys. I think we've just done it. I genuinely, I think this is it. I'm going to have to edit some stuff, but for the most part, I honestly think we're good. So I'll leave that guy for now. What we might do, I guess, is get an item collector and a chest. I don't know. We should probably just use... I mean, we should still need the item collector, but we'll probably just use an ender chest. The reason I don't like using ender chests is because I have to put the dye on it and the, you know, all that annoying stuff. The dye and the diamond. Alright, so this is hooked up. So fingers crossed we get the empty soul gem back in our system. In the meantime, I'm going to go and hook up all the automation, I believe. So, first things first is going to be crafter here. Bada bing, bada boom. He's going to have a... entangled block on top. The entangled block shall be entangled to the chest. The recipe we have, we will have to alter. You're going to be moved. We'll grab a copper ingot to go in the other spot. So you'll go there. Let's make sure it's just one. We'll remove you. And you're going to be one of these billion books we have. So you're going to go in there. And this recipe should work perfectly. Should being the key word. So we chuck that in there. And I believe we're good to go. If everything works the way that it should, which it should, that's the whole point of it, we should be good. So, empty soul gem, we have one. I craft another. Start. All the items go where they're meant to go. We wait for the player simulator, which might also be... He might be delayed. Yeah, he's delayed, which is good. I'm happy. Even if he just takes a few extra minutes, it's fine. Because once again, we won't be ordering this that often. So, he can take his time. The main thing is whether or not he actually works. Which, as you can see, we're having to wait a little bit longer than one would have hoped. Which is concerning. All the items are where they're meant to be. The book is in here. I'm pretty sure it's just meant to work. The only thing I'm thinking is if this guy is actually importing him. You know what I mean? Like, he might actually be, like, sending him through the system. He shouldn't be, though. Channel 0. This guy's channel 1. This guy over here is also channel 1. All should be well. I also don't like that the items sort of bounce a bit. It's sort of making me feel like they're not on properly, you know what I mean? I'll be honest, I'm quite baffled. To say the least. Maybe we will lower this to 1. Just to, I don't know, just to be sure. Click item. Right click, right hand, continuous. It could be that I'll turn continuous off. I never know with that option. It's quite mysterious, but we've toggled it off. And we've still got nothing. We're so close. Like, we didn't change anything with this part, and it worked last time. And the other thing is we have the check NBT toggled off. So it shouldn't even worry whether it's like a different book or not. How odd. How odd that it's just not working. The other thing I can think of is if maybe, like, if I right click this, missing silver ingot. Really? Into soul gem, missing silver ingot. Is it not? Did I place an iron ingot in? Is that what this is? Yeah. How'd I do that? that's quite embarrassing. It's an easy fix, but it's not any less embarrassing. How did I do that? That means in this recipe up here, I put it, I must have, yeah, I guess I had to manually enter it. That does make sense. Okay, so you're not iron, you're silver. Because of course you are. Silver ingot. There we go. Okay, so we were close. Close, but sadly, no cigar. Yeah. Oh, and then because the first time I tested it, I just pulled the recipe straight into my inventory. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I gotcha. Well, anyhow, let's go ahead and put this book back in there. Okay, let's maybe not do that. Come on. How do I... Oh, there we go. I'll just... Yeah, we'll manually do this one, and we'll order the next one automatically again. How does that sound? Does that sound like a good deal? I think so. And then, yeah, as you can see, some particles. Beautiful. All right, well, anyhow, I believe we can now just craft a dragon soul, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we've got... Okay, dragon scales. Gotcha. Dragon scales. These bits are a little bit annoying. We would need a dragon head and a mystical dagger. Now, in terms of mystical dagger, we do have one, so we'll have to figure that out. And then the other thing is this, which we can craft. So I think we're good. So if I shift click this, we get 3 of them. The trick there was that we needed more skulls, which need more soul dust, which need blocks. I think all of that we've got. Yeah, or at the very least we have the way to make it. So once again, I think we just need to set up some automation for it and then we're good. This guy's done. We got a soul gem. Awesome. I'm going to order another one just once again, just to see if it is working 100% before we move on. All the items go in and then the book. How cool is that? Particles, good enough for me. Happy to see that. Okay, so what's next? Yeah. So all the dragon scale stuff. So I'll go dragon scales. We want this, which is going to be this. Now, I am worried that it's not going to use the right dagger because obviously our one's damaged a bit. But I think it's fine. All right. Well, anyway, mystical dagger, sure. Next up is this. The essences. We can farm those all like non-stop. They're fine. The only other thing would be obviously the blank skulls. So we'll grab this recipe. Oh, we're apparently out of patterns. Let's go ahead and top that up. We are mowing through patterns. Craft that guy. And then I will get the recipe for this. Just to, you know, obviously be sure. All of that can go in here. So I think we're good. I think in terms of dragon scales, we'll give it a test run to see if it actually uses the dagger. No, see, it's not happy about the dagger. I think what we'll do is we'll grab this recipe out and we'll manipulate it to be a processing pattern. I think that's the play. So we'll chuck you in there. We'll search for the dagger. So that'll be you. I'm sure it'll be fine. Actually, no, we don't. We'll actually leave that out. Yeah. And then we'll search dragon scale. Make sure that we put that in there. Update the recipe. I'm going to do it in the crafter. We'll override another recipe. Probably just this tertium, the tertium essence. We'll overwrite. Apply that. Beautiful. Chuck in our recipe. So, dragon scale. I order one. Bada bing. Butter what? I guess we don't have the, yeah, sorry. I need to put the actual dagger in there. That does make sense. That definitely does add up. So I'll place you in there. Huh? Wrong dagger. What am I doing? So sorry about that. Grab this guy. Boom. Perfect. And what we can do is we can click remember, and now it'll keep that where it needs to be no matter what. And we should have dragon scales. Cool. Wonderful. Awesome. We're good. Wonderful. So I can search for that dragon soul, click start, click craft, and we have ourselves another dragon soul. How cool is that? So if we go to the ATM star, once again, I'm very not sure why this recipe here just cannot comprehend what I'm asking of it. Like I click start and it's just like, no, don't know what you want. Don't know what you want. It's like, it's mind blowing. What? Yeah. Why are you just like struggling? What we might do, I'm going to take this stuff out. I'm going to replace this crafter with a better one. I don't necessarily think this will fix the issue, but I don't know. Might just be nicer to have regardless. Can I get you under there? There we go. Chuck both of those in. Did we have these to be pulsed? I guess there's no redstone hooked up, so I guess we are just doing them one at a time. Sure. ATM star. Click start. No, see, I really don't know if it's the recipe. I'm not sure what the problem is, but it's really not a fan of it. I understand there's a lot of ingredients, but we pretty much have them all crafted already, right? So I don't think it's like that complicated of an ask, I guess. So in here, let's see. We can get the Philosopher's Stone. Might as well. Let's order that guy. Oh, is that the only thing we could get? What's going on? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess. What's the other stuff then on this list? Why is it not asking me about the improbability in the Wither's Compass? Like, it didn't even inquire. How strange. Regardless, though, I think we're still... Oh, yeah, look, this guy won't order now. How weird. How weird. Anyhow, I'm sure it's fine. Obviously, for that guy, our main issue is the... the antimatter still. I think that's what we're waiting on once again. I keep going to the wrong spot. And in regards to the antimatter, I still don't really know what our goal is here in terms of speeding this guy up. We've got another antimatter. Wonderful. Chuck it in the system. but yeah. I don't know, I feel like we're very slow. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking now. How, if at all, can we solve this antimatter automation problem? So currently I think part of the issue is this stuff here. Crafting the actual, the wasted stuff or whatever. But I'm wondering, like, what can we get away with automating and what can't we get away with automating? Because obviously some of this stuff is still automated no matter what. For example, the stuff that goes in here, all this fuel, it's fully automated no matter what. Whenever I leave, it's good. I come back and it's filling stuff up. So I'm thinking possibly what we want to do is have something exporting, possibly like what we've got over here, where we have it try to craft antimatter and put it onto a pedestal. As silly as it might seem, I think that might be the play. Obviously, the issue we face is, where do I have the spare channels? I guess we've got them under here, so it's not going to look pretty, but hey, as long as it works, I'm pretty happy. So we've got some cables over here. Let's go export bus. So I'll have to craft one of these. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll just see if it works, because like we should have the stuff by now. It's just that for whatever reason we don't. So we'll go pedestal. We just want it to be a nice little display pedestal, nothing too crazy. And then we'll get a storage, an external storage, sure. So we're gonna do pedestal here, external storage on this side, export bus on this side. The export bus will get a crafting card, which we may or may not have. It looks like we don't. There we go, crafting card. Boom. We're going to say, yeah, do both. Use stocked items or just craft items. Either or, export stuff. And what you want to export is antimatter, the finished product. Next up, we will get a fluix cable. And we will place that guy here. Perfect. Then we will get a normal cable. Possibly two. Nope, just one. There we go. And that will go there. So this should work. This guy, I want to say you can only extract. That should be fine. We shouldn't have to worry about the wrong item going in here now. All should be good. So, what does this mean? Well, at the moment we're sort of just waiting, I think. Just for everything to finish processing. So this stuff, obviously, it's got a bit of a job ahead of it. As well as what else we've got. But it should just order more. In fact, it looks like, yeah, it has actually ordered another one already. So it's just going to be ordering this stuff. Making antimatter. I think we're good. I think we're good. Obviously, there's still some sort of bottleneck. The bottleneck appears to be still the creation of the nuclear waste, which we have are already mass produced. But I'll be honest, still not good enough, which in a twisted way is good enough, because that means I have an excuse to make this guy even better. So we've got 17 channels going down here. We only need one more to make this entire setup on the other side. I do have an idea. Do you reckon we can copy paste gadget it? I'll tell you what, I reckon we can try. I'm sure we can try. We might as well. So let's grab this guy. Let's change him into copy mode. I'm going to copy, actually I want to copy even lower, don't I? I want to copy from like this all the way up to here. So we now have this entire creation selected. If we then go into paste mode, as you can see, we could paste the entire thing right here. Or, and how do we actually have this? Do I need to dig this up even more? What do we have? That's in line with that. And then 1, 2. That's in line with that 1, 2. 1, 2, and then that. 1, 2. Okay, yeah, I do need to bring this over one. But what I was thinking was I might be able to rotate it, and then it should be facing the right way. Ideally. So we hold this guy, hold 7. Let's do rotate once, rotate twice. In theory, it's rotated perfectly. I right click here, it'll place everything perfectly. Obviously, I still need some ingredients. So what I should be able to do is anchor this, and now it'll stay there no matter where I look, and then I can try and gather these resources. So we need 50 chemical oxidizers. So let's search oxidizer. I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we've already got them, so that sort of helps us out a bit. Now, I think there's a way to use items in a chest. And by that I mean, I think I can store the ingredients that we need in the copy-paste gadget in the chest, and it will use them. I don't really remember how to do it though. But I think it's possible. To be honest though, hold on. So I'm in paste mode currently. If I shift right click this, no, okay. What do you reckon? It's gonna be like, I don't remember what it is. I swear there was a way to do it. Does building gadgets, do we have like a guidebook? Is that a thing? Building gadgets? Doesn't look like we do. If I right click on it, is there anything in the UI? No. The renders don't work at the moment, that's fine. That's not what we're after. I swear this was a thing you could do, like on the first version that it came out on. I just don't know if it's been added back. If it has, I'll be honest, it doesn't really look like there's a tutorial for it. Yeah, destruction gadget break stuff. I'll Google it. We'll see what we find. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It doesn't appear to be working. What we can try, that one thing I'm not really sure if it'll work, is if I put these in my backpack, will it pull from the backpack? We didn't want that in there, but let's have a look. I don't know. Does this show that we have them? It doesn't. It still says we need 50, so it's not able to register that we're wearing a backpack. Also, in the wikis, it doesn't say that it's a thing, so I'm guessing it was an old thing that just isn't a thing anymore. Regardless, I think we're fine, because I think I can just keep right-clicking, and it will just keep pasting the stuff. So I think we are good, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure we can get away with this. I don't know what you guys are currently doing. Yeah, why are you sparkling? That's fine. Yeah, hey, not the end of the world. Obviously, this is still working just fine. So next up, we'll need cables. I believe we were using universal pipes. Sorry, not cables, pipes. Oh, if I can spell them. Pipes, grab out a few stacks. Boom, that's all the pipes. And they're right where they should be. In terms of these connections, that looks perfectly fine. I think that's good. We can put away most of those. And then we want logistical transporters. And those will obviously go on the front. Nope, sorry. Those are going to be something else. I think they're just going to be pipes. I think they're these, the mechanical pipes. Maybe? Nope. They must be pressurized tubes. It's one of them. It's a pipe, it's a tube, it's a cable, it's a doodah, a doohay, a doody, a doodah. Boom. A few more. Yep. Okay, looks like we need more. Craft a stack, please. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, we got some quickly. Okay, but that is everything placed. Obviously, I still need to go through and actually, yeah, that actually might be a little bit annoying. Can we undo? How much can I undo? Nothing to undo beyond that point. Really? Okay, well, I'm going to pick all this stuff up. Reason being is, I want to put all the upgrades in, and I think it's just easier to do when I can see the entire face. So that should be fine. Hopefully these machines aren't as loud as I feel like they currently are. I feel like they really are, aren't they? Chemical oxidizer. We've already got it quite low. There we go. I want to be able to hear it a bit, just not as much as I can at the moment. Okay, well, I guess I'll meet you guys back here with all the upgrades in. Alright, I believe they're fully upgraded, so we can put all the pipes back. And then we can hook up this recipe again. So, we're gonna obviously grab the pattern grid. We'll grab out a second pattern to encode. We'll take out this guy for now. I know it's not going to be too happy with us at the moment. This one will go in here. And then this one will go emptied and replaced here and updated. Beautiful. So we've got two different thousands to be processed. That guy can go there. Pattern provider will go here. We'll obviously need another cable just to get it lined up. That guy will go there. Obviously the pressure tubes will come this way. That should be good. Oh, I need to do the configuration card as well. It's fine. We can probably get by. Then obviously the cables are going to come out of here. And how do we do this? Oh yeah, we had a chest for all the stuff to go in. So that'll go there. This will disconnect. And I think that's pretty much it. I think we're pretty good here. So I'll pick you up. Go ahead and place you there. Make sure that you're extracting. Give you a pipe upgrade, and we'll round robin you as well, just to make things fair. Boom. Round robin. And I think we're good. I think for the most part, once again, we're good. Obviously, we actually need to put in the power as well, so we'll go ahead and grab that flux point. This guy here. You'll go there. Oh, it looks like we'll probably need another upgrade as well. Set you to extract. Pipe. Pipe upgrade. In you go. Okay. It was so close, yet so far. Obviously we need the configurators, so let's go ahead and do that. I think it's the card that we have on us. It's currently set to be a chemical infuser. We obviously want it to be an oxidizer, so we'll shift right click on this guy to copy the configuration. Then, as I right click each of these, as you can see, the pipes will connect. Now, obviously not as pretty and not as easy as I want it to be. I probably should just break all these cables. Alright, everything's hooked up. Connect these again. All of these should then connect, which it appears as though they have. I'm sure we'll find out eventually if they have it anyway, because there'll be a bunch of radiation stuck in it. And I think, assuming we place these like so, we can put that guy away, we can put that guy away. All that's left is one dense cable. We'll grab our dense covered cable, and we'll slap this guy right here. Boom. This guy should work, this guy should fill up, everything should be perfect. It hasn't done that yet, but it should have. It definitely should have. This device is online. It does have the upgrade in there for the nuclear waste. Ignore contents. Ignore contents. Show or hide. I mean, we should be good. It should honestly be using it. So I'm not too sure what's going on, I guess. What we can do, I guess, is have a look. So this guy is fine. He's finished all of his waste. He's currently just waiting on the waste. So this guy, oh, this guy as well says he's good. So I guess we're currently not actually crafting anything, as strange as that might sound. Hold on. What is happening? Do we have a... We've got 3 antimatter already? Huh. I guess we're mowing through it. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. It's gone back to crafting this. Does that mean we're out of... Yeah, we're pretty much out of wasted honeycombs. But hey, up until that point, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, so there's... And this guy's done too. Wow. Listen, it does a good job. I'll tell you what. I do want to test this. We have 50 here to work with. This should show everything light up and everything empty. So, boom. I'm going to guess that it worked. All of them have turned off, so none of them are particling, which is good. None of them are radioactive, it looks like. So, yeah, I think that worked perfectly. We can obviously chuck in a few extra just to get them done, but hey, sounds great to me, to say the least. Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm really surprised. I think we're good now. I think setting up this crafter is honestly going to be the lifeblood and solve all of our problems. And the way that we have this set up, the antimatter is accessible via the system. We are looking phenomenally good in this whole system. One thing I will say though is, when I try and order these recipes, it's not even trying to make a wither compass. So I'm really not too sure what's going on. The wither compass recipe is broken now. As well as, what's the other piece that we're trying to do? The improbable device looked like it was also broken. Yeah. Really baffling. I don't really know. I'll be honest, I don't really know what's going on. I guess I'll hunt down those two patterns. Did I not put them back in, maybe? I don't know. I'm very confused. Wither's compass is here. Sure, that looks fine. That's a pattern. Where's the improbable? Here's the improbable. Also seemingly fine. Like, I haven't updated the mod pack, so there's no reason for this not to be the same recipe. Charm of Wither 2s, Charm of Wither's 2s, Gravitational Modules, Glyph of Wither, Nether Star Block. Glyph of Wither, Gravitational, Charm of Wither 2. Everything looks good to me. Yeah. We'll click it again. Sure, maybe I'll set it to be exact. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that somehow helps. A little bit concerning, but we'll do it. I don't think there's an issue with doing that. The improbable device. Sure, we'll set this to be exact as well, just to make sure, I guess. And we'll go ahead and chuck them in here. Maybe they need a new crafter. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're a bit overwhelmed where they were. Nope. Still, when I try to order them, they don't want a cent of it. Look at this. Okay. I'll tell you what. I would love to know what you guys think is the problem there. Is it possible that we're maxed out on patterns within a system? Like, is that possibly the issue? Because we do have a lot of patterns. Like, do we need to start taking some out, putting some elsewhere? Very odd, very odd. Because, like, he's got his own little craft now, essentially. And he still doesn't want to do it. Very, very odd. Very odd. Improbable device. Yeah, nothing. Okay, but if I open this up, same thing. if I click on the recipe and try to craft this stuff manually, missing, you see, we're like missing parts. Why isn't it asking for that? Or is that the issue? He's messing up when I try and ask him for an ingredient. All this stuff is pretty much craftable, obviously a few more. Available, do we already have 5? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we got more. Yeah, very, very odd. No, not a clue, but actually, hold on. What was the missing piece there? I feel like we could do that. For the wither compass, we were missing. I think we already ordered that. Maybe. I think we already ordered that. No, was it the improbable? Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh god, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. The eternal obsidian skull. We haven't automated this, but we can. This is automatable. It's going to be this recipe here. Obviously, we want a recipe for the obsidian skull. Obviously, we're going to want a recipe for the skull. Obviously, that means we're going to need skeleton essence, which means skeleton... Oh, that's an annoying recipe. I'll tell you what. The better option is to not craft the skull and is to instead get a skeleton... oh, we've got 1,000. We're good. But what I was going to say is we could just set up a skeleton spawner. That would solve that issue. So that's fine. So, skull we craft. Then the obsidian skull, we actually don't do it in this system. We actually bring it over to... I'll set this up real quick. We have enough time. We'll do it over here. Essentially what we did right here. So the recipe will go in there. The ingredients will come in here. This guy is probably going to need a capacity card. Or capacity card. There we go. Basic card. Yep, sure, whatever. Capacity card. That will allow me to put more items in. For example, the Eternal Obsidian Skull. Yep. So you're going to craft that guy. Sure. Beautiful. Storage bus, that should be fine. Everything else here should be fine, realistically. You also, I imagine, should be fine. You are going to export or import that guy, sorry. You're going to get a new pattern, which we don't have. Oh, bear with me. We're almost there. Clear you, open you, chuck you in here, and then get the recipe for this. Voila. Awesome. And because that's in the smithing table recipe, that will work. Chuck him in there, connected to a molecular assembler. Then we go obsidian, eternal obsidian skull, craft. Give it like half a second, surely. And we should have the guy. We don't have him yet, concerning. Inside here, we have both the ingredients. This guy should craft the guy once, I imagine, once this guy realizes, hey, you're meant to craft one of these. Do not use stocked items, only craft items while exporting. Export the first item until network's empty, then try the next ones. What if we just do export using round robin? Does that do something? Maybe? Because all the recipes are set up, it's just we don't have it ordered currently. We do have... We have an empty crafting processor, so we've got the ability to do it. I can click in here and click next. Missing obsidian skull. But we've got one right there. What if we alter the recipe to use, I guess, the one I had? Maybe it had a tag in it, potentially? I don't know, maybe. We'll go ahead and I'll clear this recipe and we'll try it again. Because that is a little bit weird. So I've updated it, I guess. It's not set to be exact or anything, so it should be fine. Is that going to work? Yep, there we go. That worked. Just redid the recipe, and now we have an obsidian skull. How cool is that? So that guy's automated. Is that everything now? Once again, not sure. That was for the improbable. That was the main missing ingredient for this guy, which that's still an issue. Very, very confused. Oh no, actually, the other problem was crafting pretty much everything else. Specifically, though, this guy. Because it's one or the other, right? And one of them, we just need these ingredients. But the other one, we don't. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what. I know that these have a bunch of things in them. I reckon we put, like, each of those ingredients. Does that make sense? So, hold on. If we go back here and just bookmark one of these. I don't know which one it is. Not the extra discs. It's this one. If we click on this and we click craft... it'll tell us what we need. We need Certus quartz. So I'm going to bookmark the seeds. We need sky stone. So I'm going to bookmark the seeds as well. And we need redstone, apparently. Not sure what the deal is there, but we'll bookmark it. We might need more redstone. And then I'm going to grab that stuff out, right? So we're going to go seeds. I'll search skystone. We'll grab these out. And I'm just going to put one in here, right? And then that'll be more skystone than we ever need. Then we need Certus quartz. Same thing. Open this guy, put him in here. And although it's just one machine, he's hooked up with the infinity upgrade, the creative upgrade. So we're going to get plenty of that stuff to hopefully craft these things. Like if we look at it again, we need a lot, we do. But once again, with it running non-stop, we should be fine. Should be. The redstone department, I guess we're just low. I don't. Yeah, it's a little bit concerning, to be honest. Once again, I'll tell you what. Oh, we could do witch hats. How much witch hats do we have? I mean, we do have a lot. Oh yeah, because we're getting redstone from witches. Yeah, okay. Or at least we could, if we wanted to. Listen, there's a lot. There's a lot. We'll probably wrap this episode up pretty soon because I've done sort of what I aim to do. And now we're sort of just jumping into other issues that could be left for another day, I guess. But I do want to craft some redstone seeds. Redstone seeds before we run out, right? So let's get. We'll get 1,000 of them. No, we won't. Okay, we'll get one. We'll craft one for now, I guess, and I'll hook that guy up in one of these guys as well. Once again, just to get it flowing, just to at least have some in our system. Assuming, of course, that we get one. Yep. Redstone seed. Chuck you in here. And that's at least going to be some redstone essence in our system that we can work with later. What's it going to be? 8 of this for 12. That's a pretty good deal. Sure. Okay, well anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this episode. We've made pretty good progress all around. Our main issue, to be honest, at the moment, feels as though it's the fact that some of these recipes I can't even order, even though we have it. Like the improbable device, it's bricked. It doesn't work. Let me know what you think the issue is there, and I guess I'll try and figure out what's going on there. But it's not too happy, is it? But yeah, and aside from that, oh, you know what? We should have done this earlier. All those alloys are going to take a while. But look, everything else we have. Listen, hey, that's pretty good for getting the second star. These alloys, we need... Oh, God. How many is it for a star? It doesn't even say, does it? Ugh. All right, for the star, it is 28 Unobtanium. So what we should do, in theory, is grab out a calculator, go 28 times 9, 252 of these alloys we need, so I'll order 250 of them, and Bob's your uncle. So that should craft. I think we could probably catch up to the stuff as, oh god, maybe not. Our factory or whatever to make this stuff should be like right around here, I think. Yeah, here it is. So this stuff should be working. Oh god, yeah, it's filling up. So this should be making Allthemodium alloys. We put the alloy at the bottom, and this guy's going to be filling up. And it takes a long time to cool down, but it does, and we'll just leave it. And this should be good. Obviously, it needs piglet hearts. I believe those are fully automated at the moment. Yeah, we've got thousands of them. In case you're not too sure where they're automated, they're done using these guys here, these drigneys, and a locked up dude in there. Cool. Awesome. To be honest, we could probably automate the farming of this guy the same way we did the Starlet Crusher, but regardless, it works. I'm happy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.